Hi, and what I'm going to talk about today is the menstrual cycle and female health. So, kind of throughout the years, a lot of the studies have been done on males, and in recent years now, a lot more have been done on females, which is great to see because there's a big difference between both in terms of nutritional health. So, what we'll cover today is female health, just important points that I see, the menstrual cycle, and then just take home messages that I find that are important. So, just kind of in terms of female health, what we look at is like calcium. So, calcium is very important throughout your life, and it like we can only build a certain amount of bone throughout our life, and that tends to stop around 40. So like up until this time, it's important that we're getting calcium and vitamin D in order to really lay this foundation. Because at menopause, bone loss actually increases in women just because of the hormonal changes at this time, and that's why a lot of women can develop like osteoporosis later in life. So getting calcium is really important. In terms of folic acid, that is just in terms of pregnancy. Like folic acid and deficiency in that is linked with a lot of neural tube defects like spina bifida in children. And that happens within the first 2 weeks of conception when all the parts of the baby are forming at that stage. So it's important before, or if you're thinking about pregnancy, or if you're at pregnancy age, that you're getting enough folic acid in your diet. PCOS, so polycystic ovarian syndrome, it comes up a lot in terms of weight loss. A lot of people find it hard to lose weight with PCOS. I helped a number of people with it, and like it shouldn't reduce your ability to lose weight. Like there definitely are like ways around, and I do talk through it from a dietary standpoint, but like it shouldn't reduce your ability. So if that's something that is coming up for you at the moment, then definitely ask me questions on it. Acne is another thing that comes up, and it's just about ensuring that you have healthy fats in the diet, like your salmon, your nuts, your olive oil, and then whole grains, and vegetables and fruit also in the diet. Just including a good variety of them should really help with acne. And then menstruation, an important one is iron. So just with blood loss, you're going to get iron loss too. And women actually need more iron than men. So it's actually very hard to hit the daily requirements for iron. So that is something to just keep in mind as well. So we'll look at the kind of menstrual cycle now. And as you can see, there is the follicular phase and the luteal phase. So I've broken them down here. Like you have the follicular phase on the left. And at this phase, you should be feeling good and energetic. And the body actually uses carbohydrate more effectively at this stage. The luteal phase then on the right. So this can cause lower energy, lower mood, and the body uses fatty acids more effectively in this phase. So the main message around this is that you should track your cycle. It's a really good indicator of health. You can get things like loss of period, heavy periods, and all those can be a good indicator of just health status. Especially loss of period can be an indicator that you mightn't be supplying your body with enough energy from food. It's commonly seen within athletes. So just having like tracking it like with an app is a really good way just of monitoring your own health. So my main points around that is just as I was saying, like track your cycle. The second kind of point there now is the calories can actually increase when you're on your period. So they can increase by 100 to 300 calories. And to put that into perspective, 100 calories is about like an apple or a banana. 300 calories could be your average chocolate bar. Like a dairy milk would be probably 250 calories. So it can increase by 100 to 300 a day. So that's just something to be aware of, especially if you're getting cravings, because it could be a sign that you mightn't be fueling yourself enough at this time. So what I'd say is the main point here is the third one, and just be careful around your deficit at this time. So like if you're in a 300 calorie deficit, for example, and then um, the period causes 100 to 300 calorie deficit on top of this, like that could be almost a 600 calorie deficit, which is fairly a big deficit, and that's why then you might feel low in energy. If you go to the gym, you might feel like that you have a load of sugar cravings at the end of the day. So it's just something to watch. Weight too is one that can massively fluctuate, and it's important, like when you're tracking, to link this up in terms of your weigh-ins. Like there's a load of inflammation on the body. The body's under stress at the time, and there's also water retention. So, like, if the weight goes up at this time, it's not fat gain. It's essentially just kind of inflammation and water retention in the body. So, like, for this reason, it's important to take maybe monthly averages. So, like, compare yourself from this month to last month in terms of weight, because that way you'll get an accurate kind of estimate in terms of your progression with your nutritional goal. The other one is training volume, and I find that is very dependent on the person. But like definitely, if you're feeling stronger in the follicular phase, definitely take advantage of your strength there, and maybe like your coach or something like that could program stronger days in terms of your follicular phase. So yeah, that is kind of it. If you have any kind of questions around it, any questions on like female health or anything like that, please don't be afraid to reach out. So thank you.